Welcome to EFT MBA Mastering Business Acumen with the help of EFT business experts. Learn the marketing, mindset, and skill set you need to create the EFT coaching practice of your dreams. Visit www.eftmba.com for more information. And now, here's the EFT training team that embodies the art and science of EFT. Alina and Dr. Craig Weiner.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show. Craig, are you on?
You bet I'm on. I'm looking forward to today's show.
Yes. Yeah, so we know that many individuals have really changed their lives drastically as a result of doing EFT. We know that some of those people are so inspired that they then want to get trained and they commit their time and energy to becoming tapping coaches like you guys that are listening today. But inspiration and dedication do not always translate directly into paying clients. And we've observed many of our students and mentees struggle to make the transition from giving away their services to family and friends to then, and they're having amazing results, but then they kind of falter in their ability to transition that into creating paying clients, especially for the fees that, their time and the work is really worth. And this is a very important topic that we're going to be exploring on today's show. And again, this is 30 minutes. We're down to 30 minutes. We know your time is important, that you've got work to do. So we keep our shows to 30 minutes. Craig, you want to take it from the top, or you want to just discuss the general theme of this show?
I think I'll do a little general piece first. So I'll just add on what you said. The part that really is so hard for me is that we train a lot of people. We meet a lot of tapping coaches that come from all different venues in their life. They've had their lives turned around, or they've been in the healing arts, and they've learned about tapping, or they've been on a summit, or, people come to tapping from a million different roads. Mm-hmm. And then they get inspired, and then they learn, they begin their certification, they begin their training. But there's a big gap between learning how to tap and gaining skills in that and having a business. So, like all of us, when we began our tapping, the people that we begin with are closest. We begin with our family, our kids, our siblings, our parents, our cousins, and then we have a friend or two that wants to do it, and, we're sharing that and learning it and giving of our time, but not really asking for any remuneration. And then there's this period that we're feeling like, I think I'm ready. I'm feeling like giving away is really kind of, I'm done with that, and I'm good, and I'm getting great results. People are benefiting, and I'm ready. I'm ready to build a career. I know what it's like to have a career, but it's not showing up. Paying people are not showing up. People, when I talk about price, all of a sudden shy away, and I don't know what to do here, and this has been going on for months and maybe even longer. So This is really the point that we're talking about, is people are now finally getting, this is a vocation, this is a practice, this is how I'm going to be making money, but it is just not showing up the way that I thought it would.
Right.
And so, that's that place that we're talking to, and there's so many people that, that fits either right on or close enough that they're like, well, what do I do from here? I tried putting out flyers, or I tried, taking on some online ads, or I gave a class, or, any number of renditions of how they put forth some kind of effort to have it be financially rewarding, that didn't work or didn't really take off, or just had a short-term blip and then just dropped away. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You've seen that, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And so today's show is really about what to do. If you've got that going on, what are some of the things that you can be doing right now instead of just feeling frustrated?
Yep.
So,
okay.
Number one is to really look at carefully your existing commitment level. How committed are you? Do you end up doing all kinds of other things throughout the course of your day instead of really mastering the business and the marketing side? Are you in the zone of being a practitioner and having that hat on throughout the day, or do you find that you're just wasting time on Facebook, you're going out and doing all these other things, or you are busy with the other commitments that you have in your life, for instance, a full-time job, that when at the end of the day you just don't have the energy to put forth into your business, or you tried it in the beginning, it failed, and then you've stopped?
Yep. So basically, when I look at that and I look at what is it going to take, that you're committed, you're going for it, and what is it going to take? What are the things that are going to really make a difference? So if we go through these 9 things, we're going to go through for each of you that you're showing your level, you're showing your passion, you're showing your work. What do you need to do right away to start stepping in? Okay? Most importantly, you want to start off with, as we talk about a lot, exploring your niche. In other words, how specific are you being with who your audience is? Because otherwise what you're saying out there is just going to get lost. It's going to be too broad. So we're working all the time with our mentees and the students through the EFT Mastering Business Acumen program with developing the niche. Are you working with kids with learning disabilities? Are you working with professional athletes that are trying to expand their expertise in a particular geographical arena? Are you working with women with migraines? Are you working, whatever those things are, you want to be looking at how do I tighten up and how do I develop a niche, or am I just calling myself an EFT practitioner and expecting people to show up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's not going to work, and we've seen that over and over and over again. And even those people that swear they have a niche, I go and review their website, and I see all kinds of holes and gaps, and people have a really difficult time, especially in our profession, really getting clarity about what that means and how to go about developing yourself as an expert in that arena. All right, so next, do you feel like an EFT coach? Do you feel like you are an EFT coach, or do you feel like you're a fraud, a fake, an imposter? So that is something to really look at, because if you don't feel it first, it's not going to happen. If you're not really feeling that, then you really are going to get a reflection of that by not attracting paying clients.
So I have a question. So what do you mean by that? Somebody not feeling like an EFT coach? Well, what do they feel like? Like they're talking about tapping, they've got business cards that say they're an EFT coach. What's the difference? Why wouldn't they feel like an EFT coach?
Okay. One reason they wouldn't feel like an EFT coach is because they don't feel they're competent enough. Mm-hmm. Or they feel like I said, a fraud. I hear that word a lot. It's that the fear of being out there known as this in the community that they live in, or out there putting themselves on different outlets. They just don't feel like that's what they are, and so that's a reflection of some existing beliefs, and you have to find those subconscious beliefs that are there that are preventing you from really just kind of embodying, oh yeah, I'm an EFT coach. I feel that. I get up in the morning and that is my identity and that's who I really am. And very few people start off that way. And so if you're seeing that in your lack of business, it's something to really take a deep look at. What are my beliefs around this feeling like I am a coach?
Yeah, the other thing that I would see that I've seen with that theme of kind of inauthenticity or fraud feeling is that they haven't completely 100% solved the problem, that they don't help every single person with the problem they're helping, or maybe that there's some aspect of their own life that isn't in perfect position. So how could they claim themselves to be a successful EFT coach if they haven't helped everybody or transformed their life completely, and somehow there's like a mixed message that they're feeling internally, right?
Yeah, you absolutely have to make peace with that, and that's not to say that it's necessarily going to stop you from getting business, but we know over and over again that the people that we see that really are just like rocking it are those that continue to work on themselves and uncover the deeper layers. So if you are completely incongruent with your message and your niche, let's say you're a success coach or a money coach, and you can't rub two nickels together, then you're going to have a hard time. You are not going to feel congruent with the message that you're going to be helping other people when you haven't been able to resolve the issue yourself. So
Correct.
Really, yeah. So it's a reflection. Everything that happens in your practice is a reflection of your internal vibration and your beliefs.
Right.
All right. And something.
Okay.
So here's number 4. I want you to go over number 4.
Yeah, I'm just about to. Okay, number 4. I got it. Number 4. Get off the computer and get out more. Okay. It's just amazing how buried we get in these devices, okay? We are in the computer and online, and we are social media, and we are just on Facebook and LinkedIn, and we're doing everything else. But you know what? There is nothing that is going to be more relevant and more gratifying, also and more immediate, than face-to-face connection. So what are ways that you can get out there? Well, a perfect example. So I'm a chiropractor during the day, several days a week, and when I do that, I know many people in my community. But over time, new professionals, for example, come in, and there was a new medical physician that just moved into my area. I called it last week, and I said, I'd love to meet you. I went over to their office yesterday, just took about 10, 15 minutes to see their space, to meet the new physician, to just welcome him. And there was this face-to-face, palm-to-palm. I didn't push and try to have some immediate inter-referral. Let's get this going. You know what? It was just that way of just having an initial connection, that there will be an opportunity to then follow up later. So there are all different ways in which you can get out into your community and meet a person, in the HR department at a local company that you've heard has a great open-minded wellness program. And there are ways, not everybody's an extrovert, but there are still ways that you can get out in your community and have face-to-face connections with people that you've heard about, people that a friend has introduced you to, and we just got to get off the computer screen all the time. And they're gratifying. They open up doors that just doesn't happen on the computer. So I just want to make sure that you just don't get stuck, so that all your marketing, all your intention, all your energy is just online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It's one of the things that we talk about is that you have to establish a trust factor with the people that come to see you, and the trust factor takes a lot more energy and time online than in person. It just is. And so the really big opportunities that Craig and I have had to really expand our business in leaps and bounds far beyond what we thought was possible was through face-to-face personal connections with people. So get off the screen. You might think you're doing something to grow your business. Most of the time we see that what people are doing is a waste of time. It's more valuable for you to spend the time out there connecting with people one-on-one and in groups, and definitely in a targeted way, not just knocking on doors, right?
Absolutely. In fact, yes. So when you have that, what we talked about, your niche clear, then there's a select number of businesses, people, groups that you want to meet that are your peeps. And so that's really important. And it really helps not feel so overwhelming. Right.
Someone was telling me, I was coaching someone, business coaching someone years ago, who was telling me, I just want you to help me stop the high school version of marketing. I said, what's the high school version of marketing? She says, yeah, you scan you print out a few flyers on your home computer that you're available for babysitting, and you tack it up on community bulletin boards.
Wow.
And that's true. People are too. So for this for my client and for others that we coach with this, it is some fear factors that are going into that way of avoiding contact with people. Oh, I'm just going to stick up a flyer on a bulletin board, or I'm just going to send an email. Instead of that face-to-face connection, or phone connection is even better. I mean, is almost on par with face-to-face connection, but the most impersonal is the computer and that flyer that you stick up at your health food store bulletin board, crowded there with 50 others.
I can't even tell you. I used to spend time making sure that every bulletin board had my business card. We post the flyers. And you know what? For my local events that we have monthly now, I don't even bother putting up flyers anymore.
No, it's not worth it.
I get the word out. So you establish your peeps, and you get the word out, people to people to people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next.
Another thing to do if you find that you are sitting there twiddling your thumbs is finish getting certified. Finish getting certified. And so what does that do? It helps. I see the students that actually go and finish the certification, they grow to a new level of confidence that nothing else has. So they can take all the courses, they can do all these things, they could be doing events, they could be doing the networking, they could be going to speak at their local chamber of commerce, they could be putting their business cards up. And when I see that they have gone through the hoops of getting certified in EFT, okay, certified in EFT, because I know the two organizations that we train for, there are some steps that will allow you to bloom, blossom, grow, expand, excel at your skill level before you get certified. And when that piece of paper comes, I tell you, it's a whole new ball game energetically for you. And I've seen it over and over again. Those people that do it and just make that commitment and finish getting certified, boy, they really do go to another level in their business and being able to attract. And that, I think, is just a level of both competency and confidence.
Yep, I would agree with you. There's just something about that. And that's not to say that you can't be starting, to grow your business before that, but I tell you, the ones that finally just knock that out and get them behind them, they just fly at a faster pace.
Exactly.
Let alone the clinical mastery and skill sets that you're getting, but the level of confidence that happens having that behind you, so to speak, it's very important. Next, number 6, what are you charging?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, we're certainly not going to give a right or wrong. We're certainly not going to make recommendations. That's collusion and price fixing, and we're not going to do that. But what you're charging in relationship to what you feel feels right given your experience, given your level of mastery, given your level of certification, given your geographical area, all these factors go into it. So if, for example, you're charging such a little amount that it makes people feel, well, God, that's a little, that maybe they're really not worth it and they stay away. Or you're so high that you're just out of the ballpark too. Either one of those can be a problem. So being able to find the right fee for your level of skill, your level of results, things like the certification, all those different paces, how many people you've seen, all those things go into your comfort zone with finding a fee schedule and a payment amount that works for you. And it's really important because you could go on either side of that scale, and the result could be, if you're not congruous with what is right for you or resonant with it, then that could be resulting in people not looking and people not signing up for appointments with you.
Yeah. So, for charging too little, it is a sign that you don't value your work. And if you don't value your work, and if you've got that belief going on, then you certainly will have people that don't value it either. And they'll nickel and dime you. They're going to be wanting to make it even cheaper. And we just did something about this Oh, we're going to be doing something about it. Yeah, I just took some notes for an upcoming show on this. There is some sales psychology very clearly shows that if you charge too little, you really do are not going to be getting the business that you want. And then on the other side, I have worked. It's been really interesting in the last few years how many business coaches out there are just saying, go for the very high-end ticket packages and forget about the rest. And unfortunately, that has left in a sea of EFT coaches out there that have very little experience and they have never been thriving in their business, suddenly charging high-end packages, and they aren't getting any business at all. And I was just actually commiserating with another business coach that I really respect, and he was saying the same thing, that he sees a lot of people trying to be rock stars before they even get their first gig in a local bar. You know what I mean? It's like, like, come on here. You need to go. It can be a very fast, jumping from venue to venue to venue in this metaphor. However, those first steps do need to be taken. And the first steps are that you are charging something that you feel very resonant with and congruent with and feel solid about, just getting out of the gate, than someone that's had 10 years experience like I have. I feel really good about the very, very high prices that I charge and insisting on packages, because this is the level that I've gotten to. And so to do that out of the gate, I see it show up as zero business, and I'm like, what's going on? And I examine, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, you just started out here, you've been at this 6 months, and you're charging this amount of money? Really? How does that feel? And so it is, again, a reflection of what's happening internally, and there's no way, just like the people that I work with on money issues that tell me I'm waiting for the lottery ticket, my lottery ticket to come in.
Right.
I'm like, well, let me tell you, you've got at least 1 million tail enders and beliefs to work on before you actually make that $1 million in a lottery ticket. So it's just a big block. So you've got to price accordingly. So look at the amount that you're charging and see if that isn't really what's holding you back. All right. Okay. So number 7. It's a good time. If you don't have clients, it's a good time right now to shore up your business procedures and your protocols. Look at your forms. Look at the legal aspects of your business, your policies, and really just kind of take an overall look at that and see that everything is flowing and exactly the way that you want it to run. So there's a lot to say on that, but I'll just leave it there, because we need to go on. We're a 30-minute show. All right, go ahead, Craig. What's number 8?
Okay, number 8. You know what? As much as you think that you got everything and all your ducks in a row, there are things that I promise you do not see. In other words, you bring all of your history and all of your business experience and all of your perspective, but you know what? There is a perspective that you're not seeing, I promise you, because we all have those blind spots. So why it's so important to have a business coach or a business and marketing program, of which EFT MBA is but one, but it's so important to have a perspective, an outside perspective, to help them reflect to you the things that you are not seeing with regard to your practices, with regard to your attitude and approach, with regard to how you're choreographing all the different pieces we just talked about. Your fees, your marketing approaches, whether you're getting out enough, whether you're spending enough time focusing on the internal marketing, so to speak, or the external marketing. These are all things that are so important, and you're going to have blind spots and not see them all. So I tell you, the investment in having somebody that you trust, that understands EFT tapping marketing, developing your niche, all the things that we've been talking about is so critically important. It will help you shift things so much quicker than if you don't.
Yep, for sure. For sure. Okay, and you know what's fun is that we always there. So we're in the third month of the EFT MBA program, but it's amazing to us to like right at the very beginning when people are just like, oh my gosh, I need your help. It just feels like I'm starting from scratch. I need your guidance, and they're in there. Even at that point, we see people all of a sudden getting 3 clients, all of a sudden being able to have opportunities knocking at their doors that they weren't really looking for or pursuing. And it is because, again, it goes back to the first one, that commitment. They've made a commitment, and all of a sudden, boom, the universe says, yeah, okay, you really are committed. Here it is. Here's your intention is to grow your business by doing this program. Boom, here it is. And we love that. We're like, okay, that's fantastic. They just sign up and that happens. Okay, and then, so along with that is the working with someone to tap through your blocks, really working through, like Craig said, there are some things that you just can't, that you don't see for yourself. And so tapping is a very important way, just like you suggest to you and recommend to your clients that they continue the tapping on their own, or continue to work with you because they don't see things that you see clearly and that come out in the session. That happens all the time for yourself. And so you've got to continue to look at what those are, your secondary gains for not having clients. Sometimes it could be as simple as you feel overwhelmed. You're afraid you're going to feel overwhelmed if you have 5 clients a day or 3 clients a day, and you won't be able to enjoy life. Some of those hidden things that are there that really need to be addressed. And number 10, actually, I had a little something that I was just thinking about, Craig, before we came on. I know we always give extra information here. So one of the really good things that you could be doing if you're just in the mode of helping friends and family is you should be collecting testimonials from all of those people and putting those testimonials in the right way. Yeah, there's a legal way, and there is a way that you can get your butt kicked online with testimonials, and but doing it the right way and collecting those testimonials for your materials and your website and all those things from the friends and the family members that you are doing for free, I think is a really good thing to be doing right now when you have the extra time and can be focused on that.
Good.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Excellent. Very good show.